I want you all to give a mighty shout to let folk know we're not going anywhere. If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and heal the land. We are here today because we need a healing in the land. We need those who want to perpetuate a sick healthcare system that is not for everybody and does not cover everybody to turn from their wicked ways. We are here today because we need a healing in the land. The forces of greed, selfishness, fear, and division have a long history of promoting a divided America. They are good at it, they are loud at it, and they are consistent at it. But today we gather to say they have had their say. The forces of greed and selfishness, Lenice, and fear and division, Lenice, they can't have it both ways. When they demand more tax cuts for the wealthy that don't need it, somehow they find the money. When they want to bail out Wall Street and bankers and pay for extravagant CEOs billion-dollar bonuses with taxpayer dollars, they find the money. When they want to follow lockstep the leadership of a president who led us into an immoral and unnecessary war, they found trillions of dollars. But when it comes to caring for our own, for the 50 million Americans who can't pay for good health insurance, the voices of greed, selfishness, division, and fear want to tell us the funds are not sufficient. Well, you can't break the bank and rob the bank and then say there's no money in the bank. You can't say it costs too much today, knowing that it'll cost even more tomorrow if you don't fix it now. You can't with integrity be a senator or a representative with the best retirement and health care in the nation. Fight plans to help everyday Americans who need good health care. You can't with integrity accept Social Security and Medicare, which, in case if you haven't heard, are U.S. government programs to my friends across the street, and then go on television and say the government ought not help others to get health insurance. Something is terribly wrong with these positions. Yes, in a democracy we ought to have debate, but the debate ought to be logical, and it surely ought not be based on distortions and lies. So we're here to say we will not, we cannot, and we must not believe the distortions. Health care for every American now. My friends, health care reform is not calculated socialism. It's common sense public policy. I tell you where we must stand. If caring for all the people is socialist, then Amos the prophet was a socialist when he said, let justice roll down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Isaiah was a socialist when he said, loose the bands of wickedness and care for the poor among us. Jesus Christ, the non-profit healer, was a socialist when he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he's anointed me to preach good news to the poor, sight to the blind, and healing to the brokenhearted. If ensuring health care is socialist, then Ralph Waldo Emerson was a socialist when he said, you cannot do a kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. If working for a just society that provides health care for all Americans is socialist, then the founding fathers were socialists when they enumerated in the founding documents of this nation that the purpose of government is to work for the common good, not just private prosperity. And we must take on every distortion and every lie. When they try to say there's a death panel in the current proposal, we must say no. There's not a death panel in the current proposal. There's a death panel in the current system. The death panel is the discriminatory system that's in place now. The death panel are the insurance claims adjusters who deny claims. The death panel is insurance companies who deny people because of pre-existing conditions. Those who set the cost of insurance that forces people to choose between food and paying rent and health insurance. That's the death panel. progressive Democrats run and say they stand with the legacy of the Lion of the Senate. We must challenge those who rode the coattail of President Obama, calling for health care reform. But somehow once they get elected, they try to move from being lions that will fight for real change to being blue dog Democrats who sniff around for the easiest compromise. Why should we have to compromise on the moral rightness of health care for every American? So Senator Burr and Senator Hagan, no matter whose money contributed or what color the dog, donkey, or elephant is, conservative or liberal, we want health care for every American now. This, my friends, is the United States of America, the richest country in the world. We want an American healthcare system, not a system that works for the rich and is dysfunctional for everyone else. We want an American healthcare system, not a system that discriminates and excludes and picks and chooses who lives and who dies on the side of their bank account. The exclusive healthcare system works fine for those with good jobs and big bank accounts. But this is the United States of America. We need a United States of America healthcare system, the United States of America healthcare plan. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand America. If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and heal their land. We need a healing. We need to turn from fear. We need to turn from greed. We need to turn from lies. We need to turn from selfishness. We need to turn from our wicked ways. We need a healing in the land. Too many children are dying. We need a healing in the land. Too many families are struggling. We need a healing in the land. Too many people are scared to get sick and can't go to the doctor. We need a healing in the land. We don't believe in social Darwinism, survival of the fittest. We believe we are our brother's keeper. We believe we ought to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. We believe that a nation, a great nation, cares for all its people. We believe that when we lift up the poor and lift up the hurting, the whole nation gets elevated. We believe that we reap what we sow. If we sow compassion, if we sow caring, if we sow mend our ways, then God will shed his grace on us. And so this is no time for us to stand on the sidelines. This is no time for us to be quiet. We need a healing in the nation. Let every politician hear our voice. Health care for every American now. Go tell your friends. Go get your neighbors. It's time to stand. It's time to fight. We need a healing in America. Nothing will turn us back. This is the moral issue of our day. We love our foes, but we cannot follow their path. We need a healing in the nation now. If we turn, if we stand, if we speak, God will use our efforts and heal the land. We need a healing in the land.